we've interviewed a few girls on this podcast that are millionaires that make quite a bit of money. You know what they all said? I could think of a couple right now, actually, that are successful influencers. Yeah. All of them said, that money, I want a relationship and I want children and I want a family. Women don't derive the same pleasure from money and success that men do. When men get money and success, they say, okay, cool, I can get a family, that family will be dependent upon me. When a woman makes money, she says, I'm strong and independent. Then you gotta ask yourself, independent of who? Of men 9 out of 10 times. And we're better together than we are apart. So if you're gonna be independent and be by yourself, well, there's a high likelihood that you're gonna be sad. Women derive pleasure from people, not things.
And your Queen Beyonce, for all the single ladies, has a man.
Facts. So she been lying. So all I'm saying is that for all you ladies that want to sit there and chase a bag and money and generational wealth, that's a very masculine thing to aspire for, because men are the ones that typically chase money and success, because men understand that if we don't perform, we can't get girls.
Fair use.
For y'all, your value is not based on how much money you earn. You can be a bum, but if you're submissive, attractive, not a pain in the ass, etc., you can find a good man. You absolutely can. There's also study that shows that since like the 1970s, as women have become more and more progressive and feminism has gotten stronger and stronger and more women have entered the workplace and made more money, their happiness and life satisfaction levels have actually been going down as a byproduct of that. So, and the reason why is because we have more single women now than ever before. So chasing a career and making money, that's great. You can do it. But what I am saying is that it's going to make you, it's not going to make you sexier to the opposite gender.
I did.
No, I mean, how often we...
I just said it once or twice.
Oh, yeah.
Because I thought the chat needed you to say it.
No, it's not necessary.
Okay.
But yo, shout out to Fresh and Fit. Check them out on YouTube.
Those are my guys.
That was kind of related to our previous conversation. Your guys' reaction to what we just watched.
Oh my God.
1 10.
Oh my God. Oh my God. What?
That's it? Just OMG?
Profound.
I thought we were all going to go in a row, but...
But yeah, you start first. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think that's totally wrong, incorrect.
Why?
Everyone should make their own money. And be okay with wanting to go out and buy things without asking someone else to buy it for them.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was
reaction?
kind of going to say, I feel like it'd be kind of weird to, like, as a man, have someone, like, overly rely on you. I don't know.
Okay. Is that all?
Yeah.
I mean, we weren't born to, like, okay, some guy's gonna take care of me, thank God. Like, we're not being born like that.
Really?
Yeah. Duh.
Duh.
I mean, I think the difference is, though, is men don't mind taking care of women, but women definitely mind taking care of men.
I mean, everyone goes to school. We all need a career. We all...
No, you don't.
Yes, we do. We all go to school.
Oh, no, I don't think Myron was saying, like, don't go to school, like, don't get a career.
Yeah.
He's just saying that potentially as you get older, you might not see the same value in those things, and it might not bring you enough fulfillment. Since, I mean, once you get like 45, if you're still single, life's gonna get pretty tough and lonely.
Dark.
Yeah, and dark, because a lot of like pitfalls in life are gonna come up.
Well, hopefully by then you already got it figured out, which most people do, or they fall back to their family.
Yeah, that's the thing though, is like the average income of a woman is like what, 30 to 40,000. So it's like most women, like, they're gonna be down bad when they're 45.
Yeah,
if they're
or
still
with
single.
their family.
Yeah. I mean, your
or
family
with
dies
some type
eventually,
of roommate.
though. Yeah.
Well, they actually, something recently came out, Jason, that, I mean...
Oh, yeah, in like major cities, women are starting to out earn.
In major cities, single women without children are actually out earning their male counterparts in major cities.
I can see that.
So, I mean, there are going to be a lot of probably lonely women.
Yeah, the question is that going to fulfill most women?
Well, and I think, like, viewing a career as, like, your primary objective in life is just, like, kind of a shitty way to look at life. I don't know.
You're saying for all people or just women?
Well, I think, and I think Myron was saying this, right? Like, women, I don't think derive the same pleasure from, like, really pursuing a career that men do.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. And here's the other problem. You're biologically programmed as women. You might not feel it now because you're in your early 20s, but you're biologically programmed to want to have children and be a mother and nurture, right? It's in your biology. And what typically happens nowadays, because women are misled to think that they should prioritize their career over their family, is they wait until late 20s, mid 30s, sometimes even early 40s in some cases, to lock down a man and have a child. And now all of a sudden they've waited too long. Their sexual market value is lower because the options you have now are the best options you're going to have to get a high status man, a man that makes money that you want. If you wait until your 30s, you're much less likely to lock down a guy that you want to have, because men, generally speaking, want young, fertile women. It's what we want. 18 to 23 is kind of like when women are in their sexual peak. It's the opposite for men. Men tend to be in their peak sexual market value later in life because they've built their career. And women prefer men that build careers with money, and men prefer women that are feminine, submissive, and young and fertile, because we're just attracted to that. We want to procreate, and you want to nurture. So the problem is, when you start trying to live your life like a man, career-wise, when you decide to get married, you're going to have less options, and you're most likely to be less happy, because all of a sudden you're trying to be there for your children and also be there for your career, which again.
What do you mean living life like a man?
So nowadays women tend to think they have to be like a guy through programming, through the media, through Hollywood.
Not exactly what that
Well,
means.
if you want me to make my point, then don't interrupt me. So
Are you saying that because they're getting money and making more money than their
no, I
significant
want to
other?
answer your original question, and now you're asking other questions. Your question is, why do women think like men, or think that, or why do I think? So let me not make it objective. Let me try to give you some help here. Why do I think that women believe they have to act like men? Is that the question?
Yeah, that's what I asked you.
Okay, I'm just checking. So the reason why is they've been programmed. We've all been programmed to a certain degree through the Matrix, right? Whatever the media says, Hollywood, etc. Go girl, slay, get your money. You don't need man. I don't need no man. Fuck men. All that shit, right? Which she's kind of on a little bit, ironically, even though she has 7 years with a guy. Get your own money. Fuck men. Men ain't shit. There is a culture of that. And to deny that that's true is just to deny reality. There is a culture of kind of fuck men, and men ain't shit, and get your own money. If women are looking to be independent of men to get their own money, they kind of have to start thinking like a man, don't they? They have to start being more ambitious, chasing career, chasing money over starting a family. And men, typically, our goal is to make the most money possible so we can get the best woman possible. Because women typically want a man that makes more money than them. Whereas we don't give a shit. You can work at McDonald's. Therefore, as a woman, if you want a good man that does well, you're better off prioritizing being a feminine woman that wants to help support a family.
But that's not realistic. That's not realistic.
How is it not realistic?
Not in this society. It's not realistic.
How is it not realistic?
Because we need 2 household incomes. We
No,
can't
you-
just go off of yours.
That is,
I mean,
she's kind of
we've,
right on
we've
that.
had
There's
to
not
step
enough
up
true.
to the plate
Yeah.
because there's been a lack. And it's
That-
not the men's fault. It's society because it's so rough out there.
That's very true. That's
So,
yeah.
We're not going to just sit back and be broke.
That's a
for-
good point. That's a good point. And I wasn't suggesting to stay back and be broke. I was suggesting that women, I think, overcompensate for that very issue.
Okay.
That's all.
Yeah.
Overcompensate is my point.
I mean, more power to them if they just want to keep striving.
Don't be a broke chick. I'm not saying to not have any money and depend on men for everything, because unfortunately, there are shitty guys out there, and you don't want to have a shitty leader. I'm not suggesting in any way, shape, or form that a woman should follow a bad leader. I'm saying if she wants a good leader and hopefully a great leader, then be a great follower. That's all. Don't try to be
you
a
have
co-leader.
to be your own leader.
Because men don't want a co-leader. We want a follower. Just like the dance floor. In dancing, in salsa, you would know this. Men lead, women follow. That's how it goes. Doesn't mean the man is better.
Yeah, that's just not the case anymore, I feel like.
That's true.